Hi guys. Derek, do you
Hi.
remember the rest of it now?
No. Sparrows, birds
Great.
fly,
That's
something
great.
else. And brother, I hurt people. I'm a force of nature.
Was
Anyways,
it the scout interview?
yeah.
See, I got
Anyways,
what it was. Without even knowing. Yep. Alright, continue
so,
your thing about Skyrim challenges, I think it was.
yeah, so in Bethesda games, I would do runs with like an archetype. So like I've done it where I was only use like handguns or only use like I know I did one in Fallout New Vegas where I was only using explosives or melee because like their explosives are hard to find sometimes.
Right.
So like my
yeah.
fallback was melee, but like otherwise I was just using explosives, which was actually kind of easy.
Isn't there a sledgehammer with like a bomb on it in that game?
There's a super sledge, which doesn't have a bomb. It's just like a fucking. It's just a.
Just a
It's like a
strong
pneumatic.
sledgehammer.
It's a sledgehammer with like I think a pneumatic action on the end of it. So like it pounds good basically. That's the simple way of putting it.
It pounds good.
Oh, I did guns only where it was just bullet weapons.
That doesn't
I
seem
did
too hard.
energy weapons only, which is hard to find ammo for sometimes.
That one does sound kind of hard, actually. Yeah, I made it back under in time. Awesome.
In Skyrim, I did melee only, with the exception of that I would use restoration magic to heal myself after a fight, simply because it increases my skill. I'm not using it. It increases my skill, and that's like I'm just using it so I level up faster. But otherwise, I wasn't using magic in combat. I wouldn't use magic for combat or like stealth or anything like that at all.
Whatever you say, Derek. If it makes you
I
sleep
think I
better
did
at night.
still. I think I still did use bows.
I don't think
like
I could ever play Skyrim that way, just limiting myself, just because it just seems like it'd be too boring. Even for a challenge,
just like going through or not using magic.
No, not using magic. I mean, like, just limiting yourself to, like, say, only melee.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
It's fun. It's challenging. Also, so the other thing, too, is the way... I guess I technically did use other magic because I used enchanting.
That's fair.
So
that is magic.
It's magic, but it's not combat magic, exactly.
Oh,
I wasn't using... It's not, like, offensive magic.
I wasn't expecting to beat him. Wow,
the other
fuck.
the other thing too with that playthrough, and since I've done this, the other thing too is that I find is when I do playthroughs like this of games, I can't, or once I do it once, I want to do it every time from then on. So like, this happened with the Skyrim melee playthrough. I really like doing it. So like, I went back and did it the second time. However, both times I did it, the other thing too that I've done, and I always do in Skyrim now, is I don't use armor. I use clothing. I will enchant the clothing. And the enchantment my clothing gets is increase my one-handed damage. That being said, I don't use the trick where you make super potions, basically, that make it so you can enchant things to be unbelievably strong, or smith them to be unbelievably strong. I didn't do that trick. I got my one-handed basically to the highest finite amount of damage I could do without doing one of the infinite, without like an infinite trick. So
yeah, I have I've used that trick before. That's fun.
So
There's
basically,
nothing like one-shotting a dragon with an
I was gonna say. So that being said, by the end of it, I was playing on adept with this. So because I didn't use armor, I had I think 4 pieces of armor that were that gave me one-handed plus 45% or something like that, because that was the highest I could get it to with using the best available enchantment potion, and having my enchanting maxed, and I also dual enchanted everything. But yeah, I wore just normal clothing. I think I wore tavern clothes actually.
Hold on. I knew if I rooted around here, I could find something special for you, but I didn't know I'd get trapped again. Thanks for saving me a second time. Take this magical super art, and I'll see if I can find you another.
I was wondering why you're doing this the second time.
Yeah, we get a new one each time, so there's one more. Cool. You know I can do super. I wonder what it does.
So, I had a super strong Daedric sword, and then I also had the blade sword that was also pretty strong. Not of course infinite strong, but
Invincibility. Sorry, I was
to the point where I could fight anything non DLC. So like not that guy who's like that will challenge that when you get to level 80 challenges you and is like you can Fusro Da him down a mountain and it does like a sliver of his health. Not that guy. But anything else I could pretty much one shot. But because my armor was just clothing, I got almost one shot by everything else. So like, remember when we played that like Road to Canada or whatever, and my character was a berserker where I did a fuck ton of damage, but I died in one hit?
Is that what you were in that?
Yeah, pretty much. That
still hasn't been uploaded. I still don't know what to do with that. That's the last season 3 session we have left. I don't know what's gonna happen with that.
I could take hits. I could take usually like one hit before dying. So like if I'm like near the end when I'm going to fight Alduin and I'm fighting my way through a ton of Drog, like overlords and shit, I can get shot by like one arrow, or I can get hit by one of them like once, and then if I get hit again, it will put me to like almost no health, and if I get hit again, I will absolutely die.
Just gotta. Oh, yeah, that's a fireball. I don't know if I like. Well, wait. I think I like lobbers because it looks like they kind of wrap around the screen somehow, and I'm not sure how they do that. Sorry. I'll continue.
Okay. So the other thing too with this playthrough was that because I didn't put anything, I put 0 skill points into mana. I also had a good amount of health, which is why I was able to take one hit, and I also had a lot of stamina.
Oh, I
think I put more points into stamina, or maybe I did an equal balance. I don't know. So like I could sprint forever, and I could do like pretty much as many power swings as I wanted without having to worry about like my stamina running out usually, or like my HP was high enough to where I could get hit by one thing usually. If a dragon flew over, fighting dragons was stressful because like if I got hit, if they flew over and like did their breath attack like once, I was gonna die probably. Also, my bow was really weak, so I did use a bow. I think I used it as like a way to usually initiate fights where like I'd shoot someone, they'd be like, "Oh, what was that?" And then I would run up and like bash them.
All right, what phase? Sorry, I didn't mean to put you in the hot seat. Whatever, dragon guy.
Gotcha. All I can think about on the bottom are like when he's spitting out those fireballs from his those happy little fireballs from his mouth, and they're running along his tongue. That reminds me of the Jiggy in Freezeezy Peak with the Twinkles, something like that. The Twinklies in Freezeezy Peak.
I don't know. I bail. I don't even remember my Banjo-Kazooie playthrough, to be honest. Oh, Jesus Christ. Right.
Yeah. Anyways, moral of the story is archetype playthroughs of games can be fun because it adds a new element to the game when you limit yourself.
Yeah. No, I get that. Like seeing what is it? I think the thing I've watched recently was Paper Mario Impossible Mode, which is just like he literally like fucking jeez, what is it that he does? He can only super guard.
Okay.
He can't rank up partners. He can only upgrade BP, but he only can use 3 BP.
Okay.
Oh no, he can't use badges at all. He can't use items at all. So basically, he's literally just down.
He's just fighting things, but I guess he can still jump on.
Essentially level 1. He's essentially level 1.
So the only problem I can see with that is there are some enemies that have attacks that Super Guardian can't fight or kill, and they might have a high enough defense or be like out of range where you can't
he beat
hammer
the
them.
entire game.
Okay, so I guess that's not the case at all.
Yeah, no, it took him 80 tries to beat Shadow Siren though, because. Yeah.
So, if I remember correctly, there's an attack where like hands come out of the ground and like it just hit you a fuck ton. I imagine that was the worst part.
No, he can't super guard that. Actually, that's the one move that's not super guardable. And apparently in the Japanese version, all her attacks were not super guard. Like, you couldn't super guard. Really?
I didn't know there was anything you couldn't super guard. I thought you just had to time it. You could time it. You could super guard it so you didn't take damage, but it didn't make a difference because you didn't deal damage to her.
No, like there's still like specifically jeez, I don't think I can. I gotta focus on just like shooting the chasers at like, or rather not shooting the chase. Okay, or I can just die like that. Invincibility would have been great there. So no, what was I saying? No, so I guess that's the only super guardable moment.
Yeah.
And I guess it's weird because apparently there's two different versions of Paper Mario. There's a 50 hertz version, a 60 hertz version, and the moveset. Yeah, the super guard times are different for some things on the 50 hertz version. So I guess one of the Shadow Queen's final attacks is easier the super guard on the 50 hertz version than it is on the 60 hertz version because there's an actual visual cue of when the super guard, which is that's kind of interesting.
Yeah.
I never would have oh fuck, I can't be there. All right, I'm not there. Oh, that's a fireball, and I'm okay.
I've been wanting to try doing a run through 1,000-Year Door with the super straw, with like a fuck ton of like the power badges, like how I did. It's
super.
I feel
broken.
like that just makes it super easy though.
Oh yeah, no,
it's a problem.
I think it's even more broken in that game than it is in Paper Mario. So
yeah. Well, I don't know if you can do it in the original Paper Mario. I don't think you can't manually lower your HP to 5.
Oh yeah, to 5, right? Yeah, but you can still keep your health. Like you can get ways to like. Guys, I honestly don't see them lowering their health to 5. I just see them like bring it down to they just use point swap on like FP, and they have it, and they just swap their health to like 1 or something.
Oh yeah, I guess that does it.
Yeah, and it restores their FP of however much health. Oh my god, I can't take damage there. This dragon is ridiculous, man. It's just hard because
like 5, so
I don't. It's hard because like I just don't have any place to land. I have to deal with these moving platforms.
Yeah, that
for
seems
whatever reason.
Kind of annoying.
And like I maybe if I use pea shooter or roundabout, I would probably get through this stuff faster. But like I'm just having a lot of trouble. Just oh boy, fuck, that was. Nothing I could do.
Nothing of other archetype things I've done, or like that are fun for games. It's fun because for one thing you get to play the game from a different perspective, where like rather than dumping spreading everything out. Like I know when I first played Skyrim, I spread everything out. Or like when I played Fallout, I used a bit of everything.
No, I was stealth-based Khajiit all the way. It's one of my most famous stories, actually, is how I just sat there and I stayed in Bleak Falls Barrow for the first 4 hours and just did nothing. Essentially. Oh! Alright, invincibility time.
But, yeah, it's always fun playing the game from a new perspective.
I honestly rather regenerate health. Why is that not one of my supers? That's probably like the last super. I'm gonna be so mad when I get it then.
Get a point back.
Yeah, I'm gonna be so mad when I get it then and not like, oh fuck.
You know how I beat what was it? There was a thing in what was it? Was it 15-minute melee? No, it wasn't. There was it was just like the endless melee in Smash 4. You had to like, there was I think a trophy or something like that for getting to like 300, being like, or like killing like 300 enemies or some shit. You know how I got there? I ended up getting, or I don't remember what the number was, but like I ended up getting way the fuck past the number for the thing. It's because you use Robin and you just use Nosferatu when every chance you get.
Right.
So the problem with those is there's no way to regenerate health, or ordinarily. There's no, because like there's items, but they won't drop healing items. And while the Miis that you're fighting for that generally don't deal a lot of damage. I feel like it's next time because you're leaving it on the screen.
Correct.
I'm gonna tell my story first then.
I'm waiting on it, but you're taking forever.
There's Yeah, there's no items that regenerate HP. So, but Robin can regenerate with Nosferatu, and if you do it well enough, you can make sure you keep your health really low, so it never actually builds to be a really high number. Or if you really care enough, you can use Wii Fit Trainer and do a bunch of supercharged Praise the Sun, or Salute the Suns, because you restore one each time.
I just remember. Did you ever hear about the rumor for like Melee that if you like killed more than 12 in Cruel Smash, you got Sonic and Knuckles characters?
I never heard that. I got up to 9.
I could never get to 12. It was hard, man. I tried for it. It's not true, of course, but I tried for it.
Yeah.
I had to confirm. Like
I probably would have tried for. I just did Cruel Smash just because I wanted to get like a high number. I wanted to get to like 10 or something like that. I got to 9 with
bullshit.
with
Anyhow,
Pikachu.
Next
Yeah,
time on Speletons. Bye bye.